Hey guys, how's it going? So after the recent tragic events in El Paso and Dayton, we've had politicians telling us what they're going to do to keep us safe and make sure this never happens again. Now, of course, most of the Democrats are immediately saying we need to get rid of the guns, ban the guns, limit who can get guns, and in many cases even calling for out-and-out confiscation. Well, this is to be expected. But what about the Republicans? What are they saying? Well, started off by me seeing Representative Crenshaw. He got on there and said, well, we need to have his TAPS Act put into place. Well, this kind of penalizes thought crime and wants to punish or arrest people who might commit a crime, or who the government has done a mathematical equation on, or is suspicious of that might do something wrong. So basically, to punish somebody who might do something wrong before they do it. What does that sound like? Well, next day we had the president get on TV. I'll give the president a little credit. He didn't call for out-and-out gun control. That's great. But what he did call for is gun control by other means, violations of the Second Amendment, Fourth, Fifth, and others. And he reinvigorated his whole idea of the red flag laws, which is originally called take the guns first, due process later. Then he switched it up earlier and said he wants rapid due process. Well, I'm a little suspicious of that. And it sounds like to me that maybe he didn't read a certain book. I'm wondering if the president and Lindsey Graham, who was also recalling for red flag laws, which he supports, and he's the chairman of the committee that would get this red flag law to the Senate floor, I think to myself, maybe they didn't read the book 1984, because George Orwell already warned about things like people turning in their neighbors, where if you can manipulate people enough and get them scared enough that they won't even know how many fingers somebody's holding up. And I think, well, there's no way these people ever read this book. And then I thought about it a little bit further, and I said, you know what? I think they all have read 1984, and it's pretty clear they've all read 1984, and they're kind of demonstrating that by the types of things that they're saying. So keep in mind, it's not just the Democrats that are after your guns and your rights. It seems to be both major parties right now. And when the Republicans do it, it's even a little scarier, because they'll hold the Constitution high and they'll say, we want to protect your Second Amendment rights. We want to protect your rights to keep and own guns. Heard Lindsey Graham saying earlier that I don't want to take your guns. I want there to be due process. Even though, like I said earlier, red flag laws are take the guns first, then due process. And that's kind of a conundrum that's not very settling. So, as these people hold the Constitution high and they quote from it and they say, we have your back, we're not taking your guns, we're going to follow the Constitution, but then they propose laws, they're going to undermine most, if not all, of the Bill of Rights. Just remember, as Shakespeare said, even the devil can cite scripture for his purposes. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and have a good one.